Okay, ready to jump down a rabbit hole. We're
Yeah.
going deep on the hemp industry today. And let me tell you, things are getting kind of weird.
Oh yeah, it's a strange world for sure.
Our main source, a white paper. But hold on, this isn't some random blog post, okay?
Well,
This is from a joint labor management group right here in California.
mm-hmm.
These are folks who are like actually working in the cannabis industry, so they really know their stuff.
Yeah, they're the ones dealing with all this firsthand.
And they got a real reputable lab to do all the testing on all kinds of hemp products, so.
Definitely not messing around.
No, this is serious stuff. So we're going to find out what hemp-derived even means anymore, how strong this stuff actually is, and why you should care.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
First things first, let's make sure we all know what hemp actually is legally.
Right. So, federally, we're talking about cannabis with less than 0.3% THC.
Okay, point 3, got it.
But here in California, we've got stricter rules, right? We've
Yeah.
got this total THC thing, which means you got to count not just Delta 9 THC.
The one everyone knows. Yeah.
Exactly, but also Delta 8 THC.
Okay, so that's where things get a little more complicated.
Oh, yeah, it gets messy. They tested over 100 different hemp products, vapes, gummies, the whole shebang, and get this, 95% had synthetic cannabinoids in them.
95%. Wait, so most of the stuff labeled hemp is like made in a lab?
That's what they found. And here's the kicker. California law says no synthetics in hemp products, period.
So is this even legal?
It throws the whole definition of hemp out the window, yeah. Big questions here.
So why are they even using these synthetics? I see hemp-derived Delta 8 THC everywhere now. What's that about?
So it comes down to, well, how much you can make.
Okay, profit margins.
Exactly. Getting natural Delta 8 THC from hemp, it's like trying to squeeze water from a stone,
Yeah.
It's super inefficient. They said it takes 19 pounds of hemp to make one little 2-gram vape cartridge.
19 pounds. Wow.
Yeah. So you can see why they go the synthetic route, right? Way cheaper.
Yeah, cutting corners.
And it's not just Delta 8. For Delta 9, it's 50 times less efficient to get it from hemp than regular cannabis.
So it's all about the bottom line.
Pretty much. Speaking of things that are stronger than they seem, what about those hemp gummies? The ones that are supposed to be like mellow and chill?
Yeah, those, I feel like there's something going on there.
84% of the ones they tested actually went over California's THC limit per serving. Way over.
No way. How much are we talking here?
They found, on average, 9 times the legal limit for cannabis edibles.
9 times. So these hemp gummies could be way stronger than a regular edible.
It's a big problem. People could easily take way too much, especially if they're used to, regulated products with clear dosages.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Okay, vape fans, listen up. Things get even more interesting with those cartridges.
So here's where this THC equivalency thing comes in.
Okay, THC equivalency.
Some of these synthetic cannabinoids can be way stronger, like way stronger than regular THC. Take THCP, for example. It was in almost half the vapes, and it can be 30 times more potent.
30 times. Okay, I'm starting to get nervous.
Yeah, so even if the label says it's low THC, it could actually be like super strong because of these other compounds.
So how do these hemp vapes stack up against the legal ones, potency-wise?
They found, on average, these vapes had a THC equivalency that was 268% higher than the legal limit for California cannabis vapes.
Wow, 268%, that's insane.
Yeah. We're talking serious potency here.
So we've established that these hemp products aren't always what they seem, and they can be no stronger than you think. But, like, why should we care beyond just, getting really high?
It's about more than just potency, it's about safety.
Right, safety.
These synthetic cannabinoids come with some serious risks. Like, they can be really unpredictable. You've got these full agonists and partial agonists.
That's an agonist, got it.
Yeah, so full agonists fully activate certain receptors in your body. Partial agonists, only partially. It's a whole thing. But the point is, with synthetics, the risk of having a bad reaction, like your heart going crazy, or even seizures, it's much higher.
That's scary. So it's not just about how high you get, but how your body actually reacts to these things.
Exactly. And then there's the problem of these unknown isomers.
Isomers.
Yeah, they're like byproducts from making synthetics. And we have no idea what they do to people. Plus, there's just no safety data on any of this stuff. It's like the Wild West out there.
It's like we're in this weird legal gray area, but at the end of the day, we're still putting this stuff in our bodies.
Right. And we don't even know what it is half the time.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying when you put it like that.
Just because something says hemp on it doesn't mean it's safe. You really got to know what you're getting into.
Okay, so buckle up, everyone, because things are about to get even weirder. Some of these hemp products are getting spiked with some seriously unexpected ingredients.
I'm talking about kratom and hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Wait, what? In hemp products?
You heard that right. They're putting it in there to like boost the effects.
Seriously?
But California law says you can't add anything to these products that's not a cannabinoid if it increases potency, toxicity, or addiction potential.
Right, so that definitely applies here.
Oh yeah, big time. We're seeing products like these Don't Trip Gozo vapes. They even have these like kid-friendly flavors, mushy marshmallow, cosmic donut.
Oh no, that's not good.
But inside, it's a mix of mushrooms, THCA, and synthetics. Then you got Cheech and Chong's Cosmic Chews, which have THC and kratom, marketed as a way to get a deeper high.
Cheech and Chong, are you kidding me?
It's getting out of hand.
Okay, so besides being like totally illegal, what's the problem with adding this stuff?
The big concern is interactions. Kratom's got opioid-like properties, so you're mixing things that can have unpredictable effects together. And there's no testing for contaminants, so you don't even know what you're getting.
Like playing Russian roulette with your health.
Yeah.
So we've got safety risks, misleading marketing, illegal additives. But let's talk about the money here. This whole hemp situation is costing California a lot of cash.
Oh, yeah. They found 91% of the products they got weren't taxed at all.
91%? Are you serious?
No sales tax, no cannabis excise tax, nothing. They're totally dodging the system.
So they're making money hand over fist, selling these shady products, and not contributing a dime to the state.
It's not fair to the businesses who are doing things the right way.
No, not at all. So what does all this mean for the future of hemp? Will it be more regulated, or will this craziness continue?
Well, there's definitely a push for stricter regulations, especially now that all this is coming to light.
Yeah, I mean, the risks are pretty clear.
But the hemp industry's got a lot of power, you know? They're trying to overturn those emergency regulations in California that ban THC and synthetics.
The ones we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, they say it's about making space for full-spectrum wellness products with just a touch of THC.
A touch of THC. That sounds familiar.
It's slippery, that's for sure. And given their track record, we can't just take their word for it.
No, we've seen how that goes.
Right. So it's tricky. We want innovation, but we also need to protect people.
Finding that balance is tough.
It is. We could look at what other states are doing, see what works.
Yeah, good idea. Some states are taking a hard line, banning all intoxicating hemp products.
Basically saying if it gets you high, it's cannabis.
Simple and clear.
Others are trying to find a middle ground, allowing these products but with more rules and testing.
So, trying to manage it.
Yeah, but that's harder to enforce.
It sounds like it.
But no matter what, California needs clear, consistent rules. No more gray areas.
Agreed. No more Wild West.
And we, as consumers, we have to be smart, you know? Do our research, ask questions, don't just believe everything we read.
Don't be fooled by the hype.
Exactly. Look for those lab results. Read reviews. Talk to people who know what's up. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Great advice. And of course, supporting legal cannabis is always a good option.
Absolutely. It's safer, it's regulated, and you're supporting businesses that are playing by the rules.
Well, that's a great place to wrap up this first part of our deep dive. We've really uncovered a lot about the hemp industry.
It's been eye-opening for sure.
We still got more to explore, though, so make sure you join us for part 2, where we'll get even deeper into this hemp dilemma.
It's going to be a wild ride.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our hemp deep dive.
Back into the rabbit hole.
Last time, we kind of blew the lid off this whole hemp-derived thing.
Yeah, a lot of surprises in there.
Synthetics, shady marketing, even kratom and mushrooms. It's wild.
It really shows you how much we need better rules and, honesty in this industry.
For sure. And remember, all this is from people in the industry and lab tests. This isn't just, someone's opinion.
No, it's the reality on the ground.
We also touched on how California is losing serious cash because of all this.
Oh, yeah. The tax evasion is huge.
It's crazy to me that something that's, operating in this gray area can have such a big impact on, the state's budget. 91% of those hemp products they ordered shipped tax-free. No sales tax, no cannabis excise tax, zip.
91%. That's almost all of them.
They're basically operating under the radar, undercutting legal cannabis businesses and getting away with it.
That doesn't seem right. It's not fair to the businesses who are following the rules, and it's not safe for consumers. How do we even know what's in this stuff without proper testing?
That's the big question, right? Remember those THCA vapes that didn't actually have any THCA?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Total mislabeling. Consumers deserve to know what they're getting, but right now, that's just not happening with this unregulated hemp stuff.
It's like the Wild West out there. So let's look at it from the industry side for a second. They're saying deregulation will create jobs and help the economy. What do you make of that argument?
On the surface, it sounds good, right? They're saying these emergency regulations in California, the ones that ban THC and synthetics, they're too strict, stifling innovation.
Okay, so they want more freedom to experiment.
They say they just want to give consumers more options, especially for like full spectrum wellness products.
There's that full spectrum and wellness talk again. Do you think they really believe that, or is it just marketing speak?
It's hard to say for sure. Expanding hemp products could be good, but look at their track record. They've been pushing boundaries and finding loopholes all along.
Yeah, they haven't exactly earned our trust.
Makes you wonder if it's really about helping people or just making a quick buck.
So if we deregulate, what kind of message does that send to consumers?
It could turn into a free-for-all, basically saying anything goes.
Yeah.
Imagine a market with tons of these unregulated hemp products, a lot of them not even close to the same standards as legal cannabis.
That's a scary thought. And what about the legal cannabis businesses? Wouldn't this just hurt them even more?
Absolutely. Think about it. They've put in so much work to follow all the rules, pay taxes, do everything right. Then you've got this unregulated market undercutting them at every turn.
It wouldn't be fair at all.
It'd be chaos. So we're kind of stuck, right? We want innovation, but we also need safety.
Finding that balance is tough. It's a lot for policymakers to figure out.
Yeah, they've got a big responsibility here. They need to look at the risks and the benefits, think about consumers, the legal industry, public health. It's complicated.
So much to consider. But what about us, regular people? What can we do to make things better?
We can be smart consumers. Don't just take labels at face value. Do your homework. Ask questions.
Don't fall for the hype, basically.
Right. Check for lab results, read reviews, talk to people in the know, and if something sounds too good to be true, well, you know the rest.
It probably is. Supporting legal cannabis is always a good move, too.
Definitely. It's safer, it's regulated, and you're supporting businesses that are actually playing by the rules.
All right, so that wraps up part 2 of our hemp deep dive. We've really gotten into the nitty-gritty of this issue.
Been a wild ride so far.
But we're not done yet. Make sure you join us for part 3, where we'll explore some potential solutions and see how other states are dealing with this whole hemp mess.
It's going to be interesting.
Stay tuned. All right, welcome back for the final part of our hemp deep dive.
It's been a wild ride, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've gone pretty deep down the rabbit hole with this one.
And uncovered some pretty unsettling stuff along the way.
Yeah, from those synthetic cannabinoids and all the misleading marketing to, straight up tax evasion.
We've seen how the hemp industry is pushing for deregulation and what could happen if they get their way.
So now I want to focus on solutions. Like, what can we actually do about all this? How do we make this industry, better?
That's the million-dollar question. There's no easy answer, but I think it helps to look at what other states are doing, see how they're handling this whole hemp thing.
Yeah, good idea. Learn from their mistakes, right? So what are some other states trying? Anything interesting out there?
Some states are taking a hard line, like totally banning or really limiting any hemp product that can get you high.
So basically saying, if it gets you high, it's cannabis. Treat it like cannabis.
Exactly. Clear and simple.
No messing around.
But there are other states trying to find a middle ground, They're allowing these products, but with a lot more rules.
Like more testing, clearer labeling, stuff like that?
Yeah, things like that. But it's trickier to manage, of course.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
So what can California learn from all this?
I think the big takeaway is that no matter what we do, we need clear rules that everyone follows. No more gray areas, no more loopholes.
Right, no more Wild West.
We need to know what's allowed and what's not, and make sure everyone's playing by the same rules.
Makes sense. But beyond the rules and regulations, what about us, regular people? What can we do to protect ourselves in all this?
You have to be savvy consumers. Don't just believe what you see on a label,
Huh?
Do your research, ask questions.
Don't fall for the marketing hype.
Exactly. Look for those third-party lab results, see what other people are saying about the products, talk to people who know what they're talking about, and if something sounds too good to be true,
It probably is.
probably is.
And of course, there's always the option of sticking with legal cannabis, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's safer, it's tested, and you're supporting businesses that are doing things the right way.
Right, you know what you're getting. Okay, so what about the industry itself? What can they do to clean up their act?
They got to step up and start taking responsibility, Use safe methods, ditch the synthetics completely, and be transparent about what's in their products.
Yeah, that seems like the bare minimum.
It is, but it's also about putting people before profits, which isn't always easy.
No, it's not. But I think in the long run, it's the only way to build a sustainable industry, one that people can actually trust.
Exactly. And when consumers see that a company is being honest and responsible, they're more likely to support them.
Right. It's all about building that trust.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave everyone with this. The hemp industry is at a crossroads. It can either keep going down this path of deregulation, which is risky, or it can step up, be responsible, and work with regulators to create something better.
It's a choice they have to make. And we as consumers have a choice too. We can choose to support the businesses that are doing things right, and we can hold the industry accountable for its actions.
We have more power than we think. So stay informed, keep asking questions, and make those choices that support a safer, more responsible hemp industry.
It's up to all of us to shape the future of this market. Thanks for joining us for this hemp deep dive. We hope you learned something and maybe even feel a little bit more empowered to make informed choices.
That's what we're here for. Stay curious and stay safe out there.